If you've ever asked anybody to do anything for you, you already know that delegation really isn't hard. The real question is, why does delegating tasks at work feel so hard? In this video, we're breaking down 5 things that make delegation feel hard and the mindset shifts that make it easier. Let's get started. Now, I'm Tia A. Williams, a former executive who led a globally remote team of 100 people, and I created this channel to teach leadership from real experiences, not theory. Now let's dive into the first thing that makes delegation feel hard. Number 1, you feel like you can do it faster yourself, and you're probably right. Up to 50% of managers avoid delegation because they fear it's going to take more time to explain the task than to do it themselves. There's no need to show or explain, and no worrying if it's going to get done right. But speed is not why we delegate. You delegate because you can't be everywhere and everything all at once. If you try, you'll find that you're dropping the ball on other tasks. You frustrate your staff and you burn yourself out. Their growth stalls because you're always stepping in. One of your responsibilities as a leader is growing your team. If you're always stepping in, they won't have the skills that they need when you really need their help. Now, you don't want your team to become overly dependent on you, but by doing the work yourself, you're actually teaching them that they need to come to you for everything. And ironically, that's the opposite of what most leaders say they want. Yes, it takes time to teach them how to do the work, but the time buys you leverage and frees you to focus on being the leader that you were meant to be. But speed isn't the only thing that makes delegation feel hard. The second reason is what I think is the real reason why most leaders do the work themselves. Number 2 is you don't trust that the work will get done correctly without you in the middle. Even if your team is capable, trust feels different when you're not doing the work, but your neck is on the line. You worry it won't get done the right way and won't get done on time. They'll get stuck and they won't ask you for help. They'll disappoint you and make you look bad, which leads to the mistake most leaders make and their teams really fear the most. You either micromanage or you go full on hands off, neither of which is what your team needs. The real mindset shift here is that you have to learn to trust but verify. Delegation isn't just about assigning the work. You need to put guardrails in place to set your team up for success. This will also help you sleep better at night. By establishing check-ins, giving clear instructions, and making sure that you're there to support them if they need your help, all of these are key parts of delegation that many leaders overlook. Now, number 3 is especially hard for technical leaders, founders, and entrepreneurs. Really, anyone who's been a high performer is going to struggle with number 3. Now, if you find this helpful, like and subscribe for more leadership based on real experiences, not theory. Now, number 3 is that you're afraid of losing control. Being in the middle means you see everything. You can course correct quickly. Nothing will surprise you, but control comes at a cost. The more control you keep, the more everything flows through you. And you don't know it, but you're making yourself the bottleneck and you're putting your best talent at risk. When you're afraid of losing control, you start doing way too much. This is a lesson I learned firsthand. As a recovering high performer myself, I struggled with everything that we've talked about so far. I was afraid to let go. After all, it was my name and my reputation at risk. But with a team of 100 people, I didn't have a choice. As a leader of leaders, I had to trust that my team would delegate and get the work done without me stepping in. What I learned to appreciate was that my job wasn't to stay in the middle. My job was to move blockers out of the way and to support them when they actually needed it. And that's where number 4 comes in, accountability. Your team wants autonomy. The way you give them autonomy is by establishing accountability. Autonomy isn't about walking away without giving them guidance or support, and it's not about throwing someone under the bus if they make a mistake. It's about giving someone a safe space to learn and grow while also setting the right boundaries for what decisions they can make on their own, when to pull you in, when the work is due, and the expected result. By making it clear who owns what, you provide a psychologically safe environment for your team to stretch their wings and fly. By setting the right boundaries and guidelines, you create an environment of ownership and responsibility, giving your team the autonomy that they desperately want. By now, you may have noticed the connection between the first 4 things that we've gone through, how each one ties into the next. But the 5th one is something that most leaders never even think about. Now, before I give you number 5, I want you to know I have one bonus that I'm going to give to you that's going to wrap all 5 things together in a real aha moment. Number 5 is you're measuring your value by doing the work instead of leading it. This is the one that most leaders don't see. If you feel your value comes from being the fixer, being the expert, being the one that steps in to save the day, letting go feels like losing relevance. The breakthrough comes in understanding your value as a leader. That's clarity in instructions and decision-making, professional growth of the employees on your team, keeping everyone aligned with company goals, using data to manage team resources and assignments, and being the liaison or the translator between your senior leaders and the work your teams do every day. When you redefine your value in this way, delegation stops feeling like loss, and you realize how important your role is as a true leader in the team. Now, that bonus tip, the one that gave me a real aha moment, is that delegating outcomes, not tasks, is where your teams get real autonomy, and that's where real innovation happens. So let's run this back real quick. Delegation feels hard because you feel you can do it faster yourself. You don't fully trust the work will get done without you in the middle. You're afraid of losing control. Accountability isn't shared. And you're tying your value to doing the work instead of leading it. With the mindset shifts we discussed, delegation stops feeling hard and starts to feel like second nature, freeing you to truly shift from doer to leader. Now, let me know in the comments if you want me to break down the framework I use to turn delegation, trust, and accountability into a repeatable, measurable system. Now, this video about accountability ties in nicely with what you learned about delegation. Be sure to check it out.